Someone
Surprise!
someone was going around changing this rule sets to .9 knockback. So
Was that real?
Yeah, that was fucked
that
up.
was real. I'm gonna check after this. I'm checking my setup. I'm done.
Like,
Might have shown Wadi.
I am not playing games anymore. I'm checking every rule set. I am being that guy. Send and Louis money winning doubles was really cool because team synergy prevails. No no downloadable content. None of that. Friendship won that weekend. Friendship actually wins, which does not happen often in Smash Brothers.
Yeah.
So
Rare sight.
yeah, that was very cool.
Everyone complains about how mashy Smash Ultimate is, and then it's like, oh, but I love doubles. I'm like, doubles is more mashing. It's just more of like you're just saying it. Like it's the same thing. You're just mashing more. Like, it's just twice as much.
That mode is like, in theory, I think it's like incredible, but it's just a little buggy. But like, not all the characters function the same, which is really rough. Like, I'm sure Lucario's aura is like super messed up.
No, it is. I commentated him at.
I think he's worse or something.
No, it's better.
Oh.
Sharp went random, and he got Lucario first, and when his opponent's stocks were going down, his aura was getting better. He snowballed. His aura sphere was getting bigger. I was like, whoa, man, this Lucario's kind of hitting hard for being 3 stocks up. Like, 2 stocks up, this guy is like smacking him, dude.
It's like Anubis stuff, but it works on your opponent. Like,
yeah.
I don't know, dude.
I don't know what it... Yeah, I mean... I guess we can, if we're not going to mess with the audio levels, we can talk about good old Riptide. What an event coming back. I mean, there was doubles. Doubles and squad strike being on the first day. No singles on the first day. How'd you guys like that? I mean, I guess we can start with like, I guess scheduling and like the flow of the tournament, right?
I love it, dude, because then it's like an optional day one to come. Like you don't have to do squad striker teams if you don't want, and then you just roll in whenever you want Friday.
Well, I think it's great for people with like 9 to 5s and stuff like that. Like getting your Friday off is rough, you know what I mean? And if you're able to, you know, work the Friday, red eye, come in on Saturday, right? Like, I don't know. I think it's a good option. As someone that used to do like a 9 to 5 and go to events, like that not being an option sucks because then you have to like do the same thing essentially, but get Friday off because then you're still working Thursday, and then you got to take the red eye, get there Friday morning and compete or whatever, right? So
yeah,
it's like a flex day. I like it.
I'm kind of cool with it, but I don't know about going to top 8 on Saturday. That joint was crazy.
I agree with that.
I was like,
that might not
maybe
have been
top 32, maybe like top 20, something like that. Like
too much on one day.
There was a lot, and because I mean there were a lot of games there too. To be fair, but geez, I was sitting there like I can't believe they're starting. Like I think Leo started playing at what 10 a.m.
Yeah,
and he played until like 8 p.m. or something like that. Like that is 10 hours of just playing.
Yeah,
along with the breaks that you get, but like it's still just way too long. Then you got to wake up the next day if like your event is early in the morning, which luckily Ultimate wasn't. It was at like 5, or it ended up being 6. But that is a long time to be playing. Like,
oh well, like I think they played up the blocks all the way till 8. Like Leo was done playing after he fought Epic Gabriel, or did he have to fight one more? But like he didn't stay. It's not like they, you know, like some tournaments that's like, okay, we're gonna run all the top 8 qualifiers.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, they staggered it.
Right, so it's like they played one chunk of the bracket all the way up until top 8, then another chunk of the bracket all the way up, another chunk all the way up. So I think Leo didn't like have. I don't know exactly what time he was done, but I don't think he played till 10 p.m. to my knowledge.
No, I think he played till 8 p.m.
Okay.
Like he started at 10 a.m. and he stopped at like 8 p.m. Yeah. Because I know for the B wave, which is where like Tweek and stuff was, that didn't end until way later. I don't know if Gavin knows what time he stopped, but
I played all day. I don't remember. So
regardless,
like Leo like ended 2 hours before Gavin, and Gavin played for like the whole day probably. Yeah. So it's still like it was staggered, right?
Yeah.
For me, I don't play doubles, so I just played Squad Strike, and I was gonna mention actually before I see people in the Twitch chat talking about it. Send and Louis Money winning doubles was really cool because team synergy prevails. No, no downloadable content. None of that. Friendship won that weekend. Friendship actually wins, which does not happen often in Smash Brothers.
Yeah.
So
rare sight.
Yeah, that was very cool.
Rob down throw into Pyro forward smash almost won.
Well,
like a void cat
was so
situation.
broken. That was so broken, dude.
And I agree. I think they're both awesome players too. I like both of them, but I also think Ness is great in doubles too.
Yeah, of course.
His weaknesses get a little weaker or get a little better in doubles, so I think he's great. But yeah, it was still cool to see. Not definitely like they
from
weren't
losers bracket too. I think.
Still, yeah. We were talking about.
It's funny.
Doubles is weird. It's weird to think about doubles again after it was just gone. It was gone in quarantine. No one did doubles. It's just weird to think about.
Yeah, I just I'll be watching doubles and I'll just be looking at it from afar and just I'm so glad I'm not playing it. It's just like this is your problem. Go deal with that chaos. I'm not playing in that.
I hate doubles in Ultimate.
It's so fun.
Dude.
No.
What? Who just said so fun?
It's fun. It's not like I don't know. Doubles tournament doesn't even feel like a tournament to me. I just feel like I'm having fun with a friend. Just like
for me, it's just torture.
I don't know. It's a side event for a reason.
Everyone complains about how mashy Smash Ultimate is, and then it's like, oh, but I love doubles. I'm like, doubles is more mashing. It's just more of like you're just saying it. Like it's the same thing. You're just mashing more. Like it's just twice as much. It just whatever, dude. It's just because my character doesn't have auto turnaround. That's why. That's why I don't like doubles. And Richter's obviously.
Oh, you're carried.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. Love it. Yeah, thank you.
Well, for me, I can't play doubles because I can't fucking camp. All right, I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, we talked about it.
I have to fight. I have to fight.
You have to fight. You can't. It's hard.
But then my partner gets bodied.
Wait, what character are you playing?
Diddy Kong.
I mean, you just have generally less space.
When you played Wario in doubles, it wasn't that bad. You just camped people the whole time.
But
and then,
I still
then you
lost.
confirmed off of Waft.
No, I mean, I got like, dude, playing Wario in doubles is so weird because like if everything works, it's great. But if you don't get enough of what you need, you feel so useless. Like Wario is so useless if he doesn't get what he. I feel like I'm a sandbag, dude. Okay, but we should just talk about Squad Strike of Riptide the whole time. How did that event go?
I can't stand him.
How did that one go?
Your wolf went in. Your wolf was your best character in Squad Strike, in my opinion.
By far, it wasn't even close.
Yeah, I agree. It was crazy.
Dude, the Diddy Kong didn't do shit in Squad Strike. To be fair, it was like the last character in the lineup, so it had the least playtime, but still.
Yeah, I'm always a fan of. I always think it's weird when people don't anchor with their main, or I guess there's like you could argue that the strategy of opening with your main and just trying to create a huge lead works too. But
yeah,
I feel like anchoring is just like your back's gonna be against the wall. You really don't want to go with your main. Like you're down. You will factually the only way you have to play them is on your last stock. I think that's always the way to go in Squad.
So what confirmed like my lineup for me was actually something I found out. Since Squad Strike is kind of weird with some of the characters' mechanics, right? They're like not the same as singles. Like there's like some weird stuff that either makes characters better or worse. Like PT, like the trainer isn't there, so like switching is completely different and all that. There's like less iframes or something, I think, and like you can't do like the fast swapping or some shit. Like there's stuff like that. Like Joker's meter like literally works differently. All this kind of stuff. I found out with Sephiroth.
Yep. One
wing is actually way better. So I put Sephiroth first because I was like playing Squad Strike before the actual event started, just to warm up or whatever. And I was playing, and I took the first stock with wing. So I had wing, took the first stock. Guess when I lost wing? 130% on their second character is when I lost it. And
that's way too much.
As soon as that happened, I was like, all right. I'm putting Sephiroth first, and if I lose this event, I will be extremely surprised.
Yeah, that's the one thing about Squad Strike. It's like there's a lot of inconsistency with the like stock.
Yeah, it's like Squad Strike is super buggy. Like the load times of characters is really weird. Like,
bro, sometimes they just spawn next to you, and you're like, oh,
yeah, that too.
Oh, what's up, bro?
one point, I like took a stock off Mars, and he respawned on the platform I was landing on, and he almost like killed me or something. Like I like off the platform, he just like I'm like, did you just know that was gonna happen? Like, dude, that mode is like almost like in theory, I think it's like incredible, but it's just a little buggy. I still think I still think it's great, but like not all the characters function the same, which is really rough. Like I'm sure Lucario's aura is like super messed up.
No, it is. I commentated him at.
I think he's worse or something.
No, it's better.
Oh,
Someone went random. It was Sharp. Sharp went random, and he got Lucario first. And when his opponent's stocks were going down, his aura was getting better. He snowballed. Literally, like the polar opposite of what his aura sphere was getting bigger. I was like, "Whoa, man! This Lucario is kind of hitting hard for being 3 stocks up, like 2 stocks up. This guy is like smacking him, dude.
It's like Anubis stuff, but it works on your opponent. Like,
yeah,
I don't know, dude.
I don't know what it. Yeah, I mean,
it's definitely
maybe
different.
I think the Bluetooth patch, them unlocking Bluetooth on the Switch, might have kind of helped some of these squad strike bugs. We all know how efficient the Switch is in terms of just like as a system, no frame drops. You know, like I feel like right when they released that Bluetooth, they unlocked it. We're just not going to see any more frame drops.
No,
everything will be great in Squad Strike. Nintendo really coming through.
Thank you.
Fantastic.
You guys know me. I'm the biggest seller of Squad Strike all day. It should replace singles. I'm on that all day. But it'll never happen if the mode doesn't get fixed. If it's not consistent with where people spawn, if it's not kind of buggy with some characters, it needs just a little elbow grease, and then I can really push the agenda. But until then, I already know what the easy excuses are.
We'll just be waiting in the shadows for now.
Yep, we're lurking.
Hazards on works.
Hazards on?
Hazards on. That mode works. Hazards on stages. I'm just saying.
I thought you were saying it fixes. I thought you were saying it fixes everything with Squad Strike. I was like, you're just lying to me.
Mr. Hazards.
Oh, you know what? No, until we try it at a couple majors.
Yeah, exactly. So. See.
The Hazards on thing. The problem we had in our region, and this might just be a New England special, is that people forgot to switch between the rule sets all the time, so tournaments took so long. So if you're like, all right, I want to go to Smashville, which is supposed to be like a Hazards on stage, people would just forget and stay in the Hazards off rule set and just go through the motions because you're thinking about other shit, you know what I mean? Then I have to back out and all that. So we had problems where like tournaments were running really long because people would just seriously like sets took longer because people forgot to switch between the rules. But I like the idea of having Hazards on and off. I wish it could be done in one rule set.
Yeah,
but that's about it.
Speaking of rule sets, I'm checking every rule set from now on because at Riptide, someone was going around changing this rule sets to 0.9 knockback. So
was that real?
Yeah, that was fucked up.
That was real.
I thought that was real.
I don't know how much like systems were affected. I don't know like how much switches.
I'm checking, dude. I'm gonna check after this. I'm checking my setup. I'm done. I am not playing games anymore. I'm checking every rule set. I am being that guy. Round 1 pools. I don't care. Stop talking to me. I have to check the rule set.
On the sign up form, it's like, oh, do you want to be a pool captain / security guard for all our switches? It's like, yeah, I guess. How are you with nunchucks?
I'll do that.
Like, can you defend these things? Yeah, like, that's crazy, dude. That's some agent of chaos, man. I don't like that. I'm not a fan.
Fucking imposter.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, check your shit. Absolutely.
Bro, it's actually sad that we have to do that. Like, that is a wild thought to have.
I'm checking it.
Being in the scene for so long, like that's not something I ever thought I would have to do. Like
you're so worried about like
playing
the game for 10 hours straight, not checking the rule set every time. But I do like doing all the side events first and like not doing them like kind of mixed with singles. Obviously, I don't run tournaments or schedule tournaments, so I don't know. But yeah, going all the way to top 8 on Saturday was difficult, but it's not something I haven't had to deal with before, so
right, it's definitely nothing like, oh my god,
that's
the reason, just like some general feedback where it's like, okay, if you do crunch everything into one day and on top of that it goes to top 8, that is a lot of playing.
No one freak out, but before my last match of the day was against Wadi, the winner got top 8, and I'm not gonna lie, right before the set started I was sitting down waiting, my vision was starting to fade.
Oh no, dude.
I was literally like, dude, if I lose, like, I don't even know what to say, because I was like legit fading out. But yeah, it was definitely a long day. and then all the delays for top 8 was whatever. I wish I slept in more though. That would have been nice, but obviously I didn't know it was gonna be delayed.
Yeah, it's got to be a tough balance. It's always been a tough balance at Smash tournaments, like between socializing and like, you know, eating right and like paying attention and like not losing your focus. Or
sometimes I'll be like, all right, next tournament, I'm like avoiding everyone. I'm like super focusing, and then like there's another side of me that's like, stop being an asshole, like just hang out with your friends. Like it's always hard to like find that balance, like you said.
You can budget the time, it's an important thing to like stay happy too. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You can't just be like, I'm going to a Smash tournament and I'm not seeing. I'm gonna be a hermit in my room just practicing combos and shit. I'm gonna go to the venue and set up the training mode and only do combos and not play with anyone. Like,
don't talk to me.
Yeah, don't.
No pictures.
Silent.
Yeah, leave me alone. Yeah, it's important to do. Especially Riptide was like the first one back, man.
Yeah.
Been excited to see everyone.
And you know,
all right.
It's a privilege. You got to make the most of it, regardless if it's your job or something. Like, you got to have fun. But like, it's always this cycle for me. Like, especially if I like have a hard loss or something, I'm like, I just got to take this more seriously. Like, go backstage, don't interact with anyone, and then like a day or two later, I'm like, shut up. Like, you're just salty.
All right. So before we get into like the main bracket and stuff, I mean, obviously, dude, one thing I want to talk about is just like tournament etiquette. I definitely talked a lot about this with like Gavin and B. Obviously, we should just talk about things that we feel comfortable talking about. But there is definitely some weird interactions that I had. Like, and I don't know if this is because it's Riptide and like no one didn't go for we didn't go to a tournament for a long, long time, so people maybe like not all there socially or whatever for social situations or whatnot, but damn, did I have some weird interactions. And I don't know, like for me it's like, okay, I'm in the current Smash community, right? And then like, so every new game that comes out, and I've been doing this stuff since Brawl, every new game that comes out, like the age gap between me and like people getting into it become larger and larger, right? So I'm 30 now. I competed and commentated in Brawl when I was like 16 or 15 or whatever. But yeah, so maybe it's like that being more apparent, because in Smash 4 I didn't feel this way as much, right? But yeah, like there's just some situations where like someone comes up to me and they're like, oh hey, nice to meet you. I'm like, hey, what's up, man? And then it's just like they whip out their phone and they're like, oh well, I'm trying to network more, like here, follow me on Twitter. And it's like,
dude, I said I've
never met you before.
Come on,
I'm not gonna follow you on Twitter.
Sorry,
but
Charles.
it's cool to meet you, like, right? Like, am I weird, or like that's just weird? I don't know. That's just
there's so many things that happened to me that I will never ever publicly say.
Yeah, let's just put it that way.
They might be watching the podcast.
Well,
right. Well, it's just
one homie, he shot a shot with Charles. Now he's getting ridiculed.
Well, no, that happened to me multiple times. That's the thing.
They're definitely here. At least one is here then, for sure.
Well, I like, for me, I'm not trying to like roast you. I'm not even dropping your name or anything, but I'm just generally trying to say like, that's just weird. Yeah. Like I think it's good for people to know that. Like, you know what I'm saying? And I don't know if there's like a book out there that's like how to network. I mean, there probably is, but like, you know what I mean?
Yeah. I think, go ahead. I was gonna say, I think too is like, even with my friends, like my friend groups that I have outside of Smash and stuff, like everyone is kind of relearning how to socialize anyway. Like, dude, well, I went to a tournament this weekend, like just a New England regionals weekend, which is awesome to see so many people I haven't seen in like 2 years, which is insane to even think about. But it's like, dude, I get so fried so easily now, like so socially, just like
I was so dead.
Like, well, and like before, it used to be so easy to catch up. Like, hey, what have you been up to? It's like, dude, fucking nothing. Like, it's quarantine. I don't know shit. Like, it's not a whole lot to talk about right now. But aside from like, yeah, I'm happy to be here and like, oh, whatever. Like, but just socially, like, just getting back into things, even for people I know outside of Smash, has been tough. So, and I mean, you know, the Smash crowd has always been a little rough around the edges when it comes to social interaction. So, more or less, you keep people locked up in their rooms for 18 months and then expect them to act normal. Well,
I had a lot of people. I had a lot of weird situations, and I feel like I'm more used to it. But like B would be next to me, and she'd be like raging inside. She's like, how do you like deal with this? Like, she was like way angrier than I was about all of it. Like, there is definitely, you know what I'm talking about, right? She's probably still angry about some of them, but yeah, it definitely sucks. Especially because in a lot of the situations it's so unavoidable. Like it'll be like round 1 pools, right? And
yo, is this bracket?
Well, that happened to me too.
Dude.
Like I'll be playing in a
And it was
tournament.
bracket.
I'll be playing in tournament, and they'll like start talking to me, and I'm like, I'm playing in a tournament right now. But
What?
yeah,
Oh my god!
that is like literally not even the worst of it at all.
It's a classic.
That happened to me at Riptide. Like, I guess it's like what Has said, but it was like really bad. But yeah, like in the like round 1 pools where like there's no getting away from it. If you're like in bracket already, you can like kind of like hide from people for a while, like like go backstage or something, right? But in some parts of the tournament, like there's no getting away from like weird interactions. Like I just have to hope that people don't do stuff.
People are polite and not rude.
That
like.
And I think it's a good term that be used. It's social awareness. Like I don't think people ever mean like I think.
Oh yeah, that's why I'm not out here like even talking
like,
about it. It's not I'm not. I don't hold a grudge or anything.
No, it's just awkward. Like just like, and you're almost guaranteed to get one of those interactions at least a tournament. Like oh man, like this is awkward. Like see you later. All right.
Yep. You kind of like nod your head and you're like, yep. And that's It's definitely not. I mean, most of the time it's not harmful. Some people can be rude to the point where it is harmful, and like that kind of stuff I'm not gonna talk about because it's a little bit more personal or whatever. But like that's where I get kind of like heated about it because there's definitely there's a line, right? There's like, oh, you're not socially aware, okay, and then there's like, wow, that was fucking rude. Like, and I've definitely had the later happen to me, and it's like you just kind of have to hold it, right? Like you hold the L and you're like, yeah, that guy was straight up rude as fuck, like kind of a dickhead to me. Like, all right, sick.
So as for like the main bracket, so what are we gonna do about this? No problem. What are we gonna do about this Rob propaganda? What are we adding to this? Cause I know there's a lot of Rob at Riptide. What do we have to say?
Rob?
Wow, nothing has changed. That's crazy.
Well,
year 1, it's the same shit. 3 years into the game, it's the same shit. Like
on Wi-Fi, it's the same shit. Like,
well,
do you want to just say it? Do you guys want to start saying Rob is the best character in the game? Is that the episode of this podcast?
No,
the best in the game, but that could be the episode of the podcast.
Well, Byleth is better than Rob, right? Byleth is the best.
Well, yeah, obviously.
I think they're tied. Actually, is what it is.
Yeah.
But I think I thought it was interesting because I thought for sure he was a little bit. It was a little bit of like Wi-Fi brain rot where people like Rob is super broken and all stuff. But then I was like, actually, it looks like there's some truth to it for sure. Like they were, and it doesn't discredit any of the Rob players. Obviously, there's always going to be really strong players in the game and strong characters in the game. But I think Rob is better than I thought he was for sure. I still think pretty highly of the character too, but some pretty crazy upsets going on out there.
I always have him in my top 10. Always.
Top 10, wow.
Yeah, top 10. I mean, like,
yeah.
I lose a matchup. Let me. Oh, but I can 0 to death that guy. Huh? LOL. Like with this Nair move that like they have to parry every time. Like it's I don't know. When I experience a bad matchup with any of the characters I play, my answer isn't I can 0 to death them. LOL.
Well, that and like the complaint I hear about him that kind of clicks with me the most is that his game plan doesn't change too much depending on the matchup. Like
it's so simple.
He kind of just is Rob like you play a bad matchup and you're like, I can't be my character right now. Like I need to play in a different way.
Yeah.
Does Rob really experience that? The genuine question. I don't think so though.
If he ever does, it's
rhetorical question because you know what they're gonna say.
Exactly.
It's never by a lot that they have to change the game plan, right? That's what I'm
saying,
feel like.
dude. And they're never out of a game.
I'm picking up Rob today.
That's what I'm talking about.
Let's go.
Finally,
let's go.
Woo!
Get some Drake clapping.
Waiting.
Watch the moment I pick up Rob, he'll finally get nerfed.
Probably, yeah. I mean, you have the item control,
dude. Yes, pick him up. Shit, this is a win-win.
Bro, I told you your Rob was crazy, like. And you just keep saying, I don't know what I'm doing. And that's what's crazy about it. Your Rob's crazy and you don't know what you're doing. Wait until you know what you're doing.
Let's go.
This character is like obviously he's combo food, but a lot of people I feel like when people talk about Rob, they're like, yeah, man, he's like Donkey Kong, like K. Rool, dude, you just like combo him for free. It's like, you know, this character has a frame 3 air dodge, right? This character doesn't have a frame 4. He has a big frame, and he still is susceptible to combos. But like, I feel like people put him in the same category as like heavies, and it's like, no, he has a frame 3
It's
air
more
dodge.
like-
He does not have a frame 4 air dodge.
It's more like the same category as like Snake, not heavies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, Snake has the frame 4 air dodge, but he also has a frame 1 grenade.
Well,
So he has
it's
a
like,
frame. Yeah.
it's
Well,
like,
and Rob's there is also obviously
Just
great
general
defense all the way down,
disadvantage.
too. Like,
Right,
DK
right.
doesn't have anything like that. Well, DK has the turnaround stuff, but it's not as good as anything Rob has on the way down.
I think DK is really good.
yeah. Yeah, you
Alright,
hit
moving
two once
on.
and you die.
I'll
Yeah.
say, when you pulling them out?
They already did.
After Rob gets nerfed.
There you go. That Rob's is
The
worse.
natural order of things. Rob's nerf, DK stocks go up.
Rob's also a character that just like, if you play like a high execution character, right? Like let's say like just like Sheik or Fox Diddy or like just characters that like generally take more like Shotos, right? Like you have to like do these strings into something, right? Well, I'm just saying like
Wait a
Rob,
second.
I feel
No.
like Rob is like a character that you throw a bunch of skill checks out to your opponent, but like these high execution or higher, I'll say higher execution characters, you throw skill checks at yourself, right? It's like, oh, I hit this into a confirm, right? Like Rob still has to hit confirms and stuff like that, but not to the and like there like when you throw things like top out, when you throw things like down tilt out, I feel like those are more like you're throwing out a bunch of skill checks for your opponent, and they're very like simple for you to do. But if your opponent can't deal with them, like he's such a good character for bracket because
Yes,
if
that's a good way to put it. That's a good way to put it.
He is
I
a good
agree,
bracket
I agree.
character.
He's
yeah,
a great
he's
tournament
extremely
character,
good.
for
He's
sure,
an extremely
for
good
sure.
bracket character.
That's why I
like,
made him
Good
now.
point.
Wait a second. Just noticed something when you were naming those characters. Charles, who do you play? You said Fox, right? Gavin, you play Diddy?
Well, if I'm fighting for my life, I play Wolf. But
Wait, and
I like Fox.
Haz, you play the Shotos, right?
And Belmont, dude, they're not easy to play.
It's kind
as.
of weird. I didn't hear my character get mentioned at all. What?
Oh,
Yep.
yeah, dang.
Wait,
Uh-huh.
what?
You play Rob, right?
Oh, that's crazy.
Hey.
We all play
Wow.
Rob. We're gonna all
Y'all are
play
some
Rob.
high
Oh my
execution
God.
character
You
players.
gotta keep track of 3
Okay.
colors and shapes, dude.
Yeah,
Oh,
we're
okay.
all gonna
Facts.
play
That joint's
Rob.
difficult. Y'all ever keep track of 3 colors and shapes at the same time?
That
Never
sounds
had to
kind of
try.
crazy.
You're
I
right.
mean, you played Bayo in Smash 4, right?
That character was hard.
That
That character was hard.
That character
was
was
hard.
hard as fuck.
Thank you. Character was hard. Okay. You played the character? Oh, wait, that's how you know the character was crazy. All 4 of us actually played that character to some extent.
Nah, I
That's
didn't.
just great, but I don't know.
Hey,
I didn't play DLC characters.
she was kind of some. All right. Anyway.
Oh, she was amazing. I love playing as her in Smash 4. I love playing against her too, so I didn't really care.
I just
but-
wanted to add some fuel to the Rob fire and like just kind of just like do it and then like disappear. Like, you know what I
Okay.
mean?
Okay.
So like I was really hoping that at least one of you would say like Rob is like top 5 or top 1, and then I could just be like, oh shit, he said it, then like leave. But
right.
Nah,
all right,
can't.
moving on.
Can't.
Yeah, no. Rob's very good. That was proven too, and we needed that. We needed to see that offline. I think that was important to emphasize offline.
He's almost as good as Pac-Man, but just not quite.
And what's
I
weird,
think Pac-Man's better.
segueing into a pretty crazy part of Riptide was Wadi beating Spargo with Rob Mewtwo.
Oh, so now we know that Mewtwo's better than Rob.
Yes, Rob is actually not
right, because
good.
that's how it works.
Got you. Rob actually sucks because Wadi beat Spargo with Mewtwo.
I need to start doing my tier list from tournaments, because then you're
Yes.
never wrong, right?
Yeah, no.
Yep.
Until the next tournament, yeah.
The best character is
Right,
Byleth.
right.
The
Every
second
week.
best
Every
character
week.
is Diddy Kong. The third
Yeah.
best character
It's
is
Aegis. I knew Aegis was top 3.
yeah. And
Oh,
then I'm starting to forget the
Coney.
placings.
He's never gonna hear the end of this.
I love that war, dude. It's so funny. It is so funny, dude. It's so good.
It's gonna be like
He's good for one.
96, just still.
Anyway.
Yeah, Rob came out. I mean, Steve came out Luigi came out. I think a lot of
Yeah.
unexpected characters came out, aside from like, you know, Leo taking it with Byleth or whatever. Like even outside of that, there was a crazy amount of like character representation, right? Like I think this is one of the first big tournaments we've seen Yanni come out to, and he got 9th. He beat the Buzz.
Mhm.
Like I feel like
Yeah.
the Buzz would be someone that would lose to a Steve without
I
like
would
too
have
much
lost.
matchup
I
knowledge.
would have lost to Steve at Riptide.
Wait a second.
Damn, he straight up just said it.
I'm telling you.
Maybe
This
not,
is-
but
People aren't ready
Oh.
for Steve. I feel
I
like
don't know.
dude, I what do you call it? He was Yanni is definitely a player that tries to push the Steve tech a lot. I feel like Jake plays more. I'm not saying Jake doesn't use the tech at all, but Jake's definitely more of like a forward smasher kind of guy. You know what I'm saying? And there's nothing wrong with being a forward smasher kind of
Business
guy.
Steve.
Yeah, you're going to business, right? You diamond forward smash and a spot dodge into forward smash. Sometimes you got to do what you got to do to get the bread, right? There's nothing
Business.
wrong with that. Just plays more like fundamental based. Yanni was definitely doing. You can for example, this is something that I don't know if you guys noticed, but when you do the sword back air or fair out of shield, because it's rising and it's quick, right? You can actually do a beer reverse block to turn your character around to get the fair. So he would get like sword bear out of shield, then he would beer reverse block to get the fair spike because he was like by the edge of the stage and he wants to set up an edge guard scenario. So he was like he was doing stuff like that in bracket.
As the person who puts Steve highest on the tier list, a big part of the reason why I put him that high is specifically because of the tech. You know what I mean? I think he's great, even if you don't use a lot of that tech. But to me, it's kind of like in Smash 4, playing Bayo without the triple jump or something. You know, like you're missing. You're still great. You're still really strong without it. But the tech, it will take you to the next level. Is how I feel about Steve, and I feel like that's a huge part of. And I think another reason why was because of the community around him, and the tech flows into that. It's like you're always getting advice and good ideas from other people, and it's just going to enhance your gameplay. And I think that's what Yanni's going to keep doing, dude. Maybe not as impactful as that reaction, Pink, but you know what I'm saying.
Steve players are doing their own thing. They're living in their
Facts.
own world. They're living in their
Sandbox
own world.
mode.
Yeah. They're playing a different game.
Crazy.
They're living in their own world. Like, honestly.
And there's a lot of them. That's the issue.
Yeah.
Like,
Honestly,
there's a lot of them.
You can't ask for anything better as like playing a character in Smash, right? Like, it's literally like, it's just like your own bubble. And
your character community being very active is really. And I mean, you can talk about that with Diddy Kong, right? There was a lot of players.
It's very great. Diddy Kong players love the character. There's a lot of tech. They're always bouncing ideas off each other. It's beautiful.
Yeah,
right. And like a lot of them helped you, right?
Oh yeah.
When you picked up the character, like Gavin didn't have to figure out all the tech because there were so many other Diddies that like figured it all out already, and it was kind of just like, okay, well, like here's the tech, how do you think it should be applied, and like having all those discussions, right?
Yeah.
I think that's something we can all relate to in terms of like character communities, like throughout multiple different games, just like really like being in that Discord and talking to other people that main the same character as you, and like really just talk about matchups or all your tools and whatnot, all the tech.
Yeah, like when I was first playing Diddy, like I talked to Dakpo a bunch. People come into my Twitch chat that play Diddy Kong that end up being like a familiar name in the chat that always helped me. Like Jodgers helped me a bunch. Rivers, of course, helped me a bunch. Like there's so many Diddy players or just people in general that have helped me with Diddy. So like it's great. Also, you putting Steve higher on the tier list, I think that makes you the better person than the rest of us.
Wow, you're so smart. Oh my god. Are you like the Smash guru?
You know, it would be really nice if you guys follow me back on Twitter. Now that I have your attention, you know, look into the social network a little bit more. So if you guys don't mind. Okay.
Metafy lesson.
Fine has. I'll finally follow.
Finally.
What
was I gonna say though? Well, of course, all the Diddies wanted to help you out because I'll tell you right now, there's nothing worse than a top representative of your character dropping them because you lose so much too. Like it's this whole community thing where they're gonna help you because then they get. Well, they're probably just nice people anyway, which is a factor. But having a top player character and looking at the decisions they make and how they control a matchup, you can't replace that with anything. There's nothing like it. So once someone drops a character and they're off of it or they stop playing or whatever, it hurts the meta for the character a lot because you don't get to see the top level decision making and how they play matchups and what they're looking to do and all that stuff. Not that you're going to do everything right every single time, but it still is a a perspective that you can't put a $sign on. Like there's nothing like it. It is incredible. So that's what I was saying about communities, man. It's the most important thing that you got out there for sure for your own characters and in Smash in general, like just playing against good people and stuff. So I'm a believer.
Yeah, I mean, you got to keep the stocks up. I mean, look at what happened to the PT stocks after Gavin dropped the character.
I'm saying, dude.
Well, yeah, I mean, there's a new
people know my people know my reputation with just like throwing characters in the toy box. So
yep. I'm done playing.
Andy with Woody, but with a million characters.
I don't want to play with you anymore. So Diddy, if you don't get me a tournament W soon.
Uh-oh. Is Diddy on the chopping block?
I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
After
one second place? All right, that's it.
On the chopping block? Diddy came through against the dude. Your match versus Elegant was crazy. I like for a slight millisecond thought you were gonna die when you up through up air him on the top battlefield platform and he downbeat, and I was like, oh my god! I was like, at first when you got the grab, I was like, yo, he's dead. Let's go. And then like the downbeat hit, I was like, oh my god, you're dead. No. Like,
the amount of disappointment I felt from the crowd after I didn't die at 30 for getting a fucking confirm. How dare you guys embrace the degeneracy of Smash Brothers like this?
Especially Luigi.
You guys are this down for me to lose in any way imaginable. I literally got a fucking grab combo confirm on the top platform at 100, and you are that hyped for me to potentially die at like fucking 30%?
It's a cruel world out there.
I am, yeah. Business, I guess. I'm sorry.
Smash is very unforgiving.
I am disappointed. Oh my god. But yeah, that was fucking terrifying. If I DI'd it wrong, I think I died.
Yeah. Oh, for sure. Oh, free, dude, free.
Yeah,
and
free.
if we were on Yoshi's story, I was dead no matter what.
Oh, you're dead no matter what. Yoshi's top platform is like a skyscraper.
Don't go there.
It is. Like,
don't go there.
Yeah, that's danger.
Yeah. What was the stage list for that event?
I know double slants were in play, so Lilat and Yoshi's were both legal.
Did you ban Lilat Yoshi's every set?
Versus Elegant, I banned. This is probably the only one I'll remember. I banned FD, Smashville, Yoshi's.
Good picks.
Yeah. Wait.
And that your guys' whole set was on Battlefield.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he just...
People have been like that lately. People have been like Summit and Riptide. People just run it back. Except when I played Leo, I was like, oh, PS2? He's like, no. I was like... Honestly,
Chad
dude,
move right there.
That was actually like the head start to the set. Like, I was like, wait, what?
Yeah, I remember when
I did not know where to go. And then he would like win a match. He's like, yeah, ban PS2. I'm just like, stop. Stop, please. Yeah, that was pretty funny. Like, but other than that, everyone's been running PS2 and Small Battlefield like exclusively since Summit.
A lot of people have been asking, why don't we just have it be Small Battlefield as a start instead of PS2? It's less polarizing, in my opinion.
I like Small Battlefield, or I prefer Small Battlefield over PS2 because I feel like there's not enough smaller stages. So Small Battlefield is a little smaller, and a lot of the stages on our stage list are really fucking huge or Smashville. Those are the two sizes. Really fucking huge or Smashville. That's it. That's the only two sizes we have. And Small Battlefield like kind of gives a somewhat in between. The platforms are lower and stuff like that. So yeah, there are different factors, and the platforms are bigger. But I think like stage size is a more important factor to go off of, because I think that's just something we super lack in terms of diversity. Our stage sizes on our list, but yeah, I mean, I think having both of them is fine for now because we have doubles of other things. So it's like you can have two double platform. I don't think it's that big of a deal. Like, I prefer other things, but I don't want to like get into that rant because that's like an hour rant. And I have a video on it on YouTube on Smash University. So if you want to check out my like vision on stage list, it's there. But yeah, I mean, I thought the stage list was fine for the tournament. I actually talked with Elegant, and he said he didn't mind going Battlefield. He knew FD was off like you banned it, so it's like, well, I'm not gonna like cheese him for the most part. So he felt like confident just going up against you and fighting. And like, I believe you 3-0'd him, but they were like pretty close.
Games were close.
Yeah, he played. Elegant played really well that tournament,
Yeah.
honestly.
He played amazing.
Crazy. 4th place. I actually was forgetting the placings, and then now I remember Elegant was the one who got 4th place. That's very impressive.
He almost got Spargo too, but Spargo brought in the DLC game 5. He's like,
Yeah.
I'm not getting Luigi today.
He was down
Mithra.
He was down 2-1, and he just brought out Mithra Pyre, and I was like, bro, this looks abysmal.
Oh, did he
Yeah.
bring him out game 4? I thought he brought him out game 5.
He was down 2-1.
Oh, okay. So he brought him out game 4. Got it.
Yeah,
got it.
game 4 happened so fast. It was so fast. It was a brutal game. And then game 5 started the same
I was
way.
like waiting because I was just waiting for my next match because I played the winner of that one. I was like, of course it's game 5, dude. I'm just like sitting there like I just want to play. I'm like, of course. I hear Luigi victory theme, then I hear Cloud, and I'm like, oh my god, someone fucking win already. But yeah,
The Spargo Cloud was hype. We saw a lot of it.
yeah,
Actually.
it was much more of a balance than Summit.
Yeah.
Which
yeah.
going into Summit, like not that I know too much about what character Spargo's gonna pick, right?
Right.
Since like obviously more known for Cloud, right? But obviously because Pyramithra wasn't always out. The way he used his lineup at Riptide was how I expected it at Summit, if that makes sense. Like more of like a 50-50 kind of thing. But obviously Summit didn't have as much of a diversity of like matchups and everything, so pretty interesting lineup. Looks like he's kind of developing it as he goes too, which is really cool. Which is what I do too sometimes, because you never know what character you're gonna want to go.
It was really weird because it seemed like if he was like uncomfortable or nervous going into a set, he would start Cloud, and then if like things went well, he'd be like, "Oh, I'll just stay Cloud."
Yeah.
And then when things started going poorly, he was like, "Oh no, hold on, I know what to
bring
do.
it
It's
in."
time." But then there were just sets that he would just be like, "I'm going Power Method," and I was like, "I can't figure out." Like,
yeah, exactly. I think he's
determines
figuring
it.
out himself, so that's why
Yeah.
we can't figure it out. Because
Yeah.
like,
I think too, it's like a comfort thing. Like Cloud,
Yeah.
I mean, for where he is in the tier list or whatever, like his movement is still really, really nice. And Spargo was probably the best Cloud in the world. You know, probably still is, honestly. So I think it just comes down to comfort. And sometimes in bracket, you're not really sure. Even if you know who your opponent is, you don't really know how you're going to clash or match up with them. So you'd rather go with like your comfort or home pick, kind of, is how I feel.
Yeah, but when are you playing Cloud?
No. I answered him for you. There you go.
Dude.
No.
Another thing people I feel like aren't talking about enough is that Maister had a great tournament and then getting double eliminated by MK Lego and Spargo again. But
Yep.
like it's nice to see him have a really nice
dude,
tournament. 'Cause I feel like it's
Spargo
been
and
a minute
Maister
off
are
on.
so consistent.
Yep.
Yep.
And Leo, the top 3 of Mexico, is
Yeah,
very
of course
consistent.
Leo's super consistent too. It's just crazy. Like it,
Mhm.
the top half of top 8
Or it
of
feels like the
tournaments
top
are starting
3.
to feel so. Maybe I'm a little early to say this, right? But it feels like so solidified at least.
Wait, how many did you say?
Like the top half of top 8 or like the top 3.
Oh,
all
like
that.
the top 3
Top
is
three,
top
top
like
four,
top 3, top
five.
4. It feels like very like consistent.
For the most part, yeah.
Yeah, like,
It just depends on who goes, I guess, because we haven't seen a few players, and obviously bracket luck is really huge. Like
it's just crazy because
Esam can have a huge run
Oh
if
yeah.
if he doesn't run into like Maister, for example, right? Like he could go pretty far, but a lot of tournaments he ends up running into Maister and then boom. Like it's just a lot of stuff like that happens, and it's interesting because brackets play a lot into events, and I think people forget about that. Like there are some players that the bracket doesn't matter, like you and Leo, and to an extent Spargo, but for most players, like most of like the top 10 to 20, the bracket does matter.
I think bracket luck, I'm a huge believer in it too, and that's why I'll always put more stock into like who did you beat and who did you lose to, rather than if you get top
What'd you
8, but
play?
like it was all upsets and like you got 8 DQs to get out of your, oh man, on my pool winner side, but it was like 5 DQs and like you won your round 1 and that's it.
Looking like a
Alright,
Wi-Fi tourney up in here.
Yeah, exactly. But the thing is, and I was thinking about the Esam. You said that about Esam too. He's kind of making his own luck though, because he picked up Midmin and he picked up Kazuya, which could probably help him in the Maister matchup. You know what I mean? Minmin. Well, I don't know how you feel about Midmin.
Speaking of Minmin, another tournament with no Minmin in anywhere in sight, but
You
she's
didn't go, dude?
so broken.
That character
Buzz
is
got 7.
Oh,
trash.
so
The Buzz got
good.
7. The Buzz got 7.
And did not win a single
Minmin.
set with her.
Mhm.
It was in the
You
the
won a
roster,
single game with her.
DLC broken.
Another event. It's just weird.
I think she's too
Kinda
hard.
weird.
I think she's too hard.
It's a little. I mean, she is really hard.
You and Proto weren't there, dude. It doesn't count.
Yeah.
Just throwing it out there,
Stop doing
y'all.
this.
She's so good, but we're not really seeing a lot of
conversation.
a lot of Rob. Yeah, exactly. Where's the Rob representation that we should be seeing from Min? Oh, okay. Gotcha.
Rob's still out here repping 3 years strong.
Gotcha.
I think.
Yeah.
I actually wonder what the most represented top tier in the top 32 part of bracket of every single S tier is. I'm very curious.
Probably
Definitely.
Rob.
If someone in the chat actually like crunches
Diddy
the
Kong.
numbers, but
for all time or for like
for all
more
time,
recent?
it would probably be between like Rob or Palu, I think.
Oh,
Rob
yeah.
Palu.
Peanuts.
I don't think you have to list any characters after that.
Yeah, I think
answer
that's
is
I think it's
definitely.
between those two. I
Yeah.
don't think no other character.
It's definitely Rob Palu.
Because even Wolf doesn't see that much representation.
Wolf doesn't. Not
Rob,
anymore.
Wolf would be up there, but he wouldn't be with those
Yeah.
two.
That's what I'm
Not
saying.
with those.
Palu,
early data
like
would be
pre-nerds.
affected a lot.
Holy.
Yeah.
Wario's
Yeah.
pretty high up there, but still not Palu, Rob.
In specific regions, Wario was popular. Like Japan, everyone had a pocket Wario.
Wario.
Peach would be on there
Peach?
for sure.
Huh?
Peach.
Nightmarish
serious?
says there were 4 Falcos in top 48 at Riptide. Oh.
But Falco did get buffed, so I'm talking lifetime.
Thank you for that data. That's pretty crazy. No, I
That
know.
is crazy.
I'm not adding that to the conversation at all. I know Falco isn't in that conversation, but for Riptide specifically, that's insane.
That's very interesting. I'm actually curious what the I know there was some Midwest Falcos that really popped off during the bracket and stuff, getting some upsets and all that jazz. So that's really sick. I mean, Falco is a character that got buffed, right? Mewtwo is also a character that got buffed. I don't know if the buffs like helped Wadi beat Spargo. You know what I mean? I don't know if that's what tipped it over kind of thing into his favor. But these characters that got changed during quarantine, like even Falcon, right? We saw Mars's Falcon and Squad Strike, right? Hey, like. Hey, I throw something out there, man. I don't know if there's any Falcons that like shredded it up in the bracket, but yeah, it's cool to see the buffs and nerfs coming through, and like I don't think it's fair to say we're solidifying a top 3. We're definitely solidifying a top 3 in the North America meta.
yeah.
That's something I will stand by. Obviously, I still think the top 3 in the North American meta is a top 3 threat globally, right? But for sure, we're getting like a solidified top 3 in NA. At Summit, we like saw a sprinkle of the JP meta. Gluto didn't come down. Like they're, in my opinion, the strongest region in the world or the strongest like player in the world. Like to me, there's still a question mark. And like I did a recap with Bam on Smash University about Riptide, and so much people in the comments were mad at me. Like they were like headhunting me because I was like, oh, like Leo and Tweek are 1-1 after quarantine, so it's kind of a toss up, right? And then so much people in the comments were just angry, like, no, Leo's the best, da, 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 da. And it's like I definitely get it. Like Leo still has like if we're talking lifetime ultimate, he's the best, right? But when I talk about this, I'm talking like the post quarantine meta. We are in a different world. Before quarantine and after quarantine, it's literally just not even close to the same game. It's a completely different game. People are practicing different things. Everyone's maining new characters. Like Leo's playing Violet, Tweek on Diddy, right? We see Spargo on Aegis. Like there's so many top players, and like Spargo wasn't even like in the conversation for top 10. Now he's like in the conversation for top 3 in the world. Like that's crazy. It's a completely different game. So I don't know. Some people are like super like diehard about that shit. It's wild to me. But like I'm definitely talking about post quarantine, and we still haven't seen the best of the best from around the world like face off each other. We saw a smidge of it at Summit, a smidge, but I wouldn't even say the best players from Japan were there. I mean, Zachary is one of the top 3, right, in Japan.
Yeah,
but we
most
still
people
didn't
say
see
best,
T.
but
We still didn't see T. We still didn't like. The proto, there's so many talented Japanese players. Like obviously Ken is really good as well, but like seeing like all of them show up in a bracket format, oh my goodness, that's when you start getting like that's when players when you're at a super stack tournament, you look at your stuff and you're like, dang, I gotta beat this top player into this top player into this top player into this top player and then into this top player and then I get top 8. That's when you know a bracket is buck wild. Not like oh, this guy's kind of hard and then like this top player, and then I'm top 8. Like that's not an S tier. An S tier is when you gotta like run the fucking gauntlet to get in the top.
bro, it'd be like top 32 round 1. It'll be like Tweek versus Proto. You're like, bro, what the? What the
Yeah,
hell
like,
is
seriously.
this? Like, oh wait,
Tournaments are like stupid hard.
That's what I had that tweet, I think, and it did pretty well because it was like my favorite thing to commentate is top 128 because what
Facts.
the hell is going to happen?
You never know
You
what's going to
You
happen.
don't know. Like top 128, that's where upsets, like real upsets, can really start to happen. You know what I mean? Not that they can't happen in pools and stuff. It's just very, very uncommon and very unlikely. But it's top 128 down to top 64. That's when it gets crazy, man. It really does.
Bro, top 8, low key, I'd be bored. Depending on who's in it, like Riptide top 8, I was actually kind of bored watching it. I was just like, all right, Gavin's gonna win, Leo's gonna win. Like, let's go to losers and see who plays throughout losers. Then they're gonna hit
so you
Spargo.
Try to take out Spargo.
Right? Exactly, they're gonna hit Spargo. Let's see if they can beat Spargo. And when Elegant was beating Spargo, I was like, oh, I'm kind of excited for this Tweek Elegant run back. Oh, he lost. All right, well, Tweek's about to be Spargo. Then the Leo run back. We'll see what happens. Like, I was excited to see how Gavin would do in Grands because he won Summit like through winners. So like seeing how he played after a loss was interesting to me. But
yeah.
Yeah.
I thought a lot what you had to say, like when you were mentioning, like, you know, we haven't seen Esam and all that. I think you had a lot of good things to say about that. I do think it's a little early for what we're talking about, but it's also like, why not talk about it, right? It doesn't hurt to talk about, like,
yeah, it's just fun banter.
The solidification of like some of these top 8s. But yeah, like I agree with everything you guys have to say. We haven't seen Esam, which is like a huge like curveball in any bracket because like you don't see Pikachu right now, right? But if Esam's in the bracket, it's a Pikachu all of a sudden is a big deal, right? So like,
yeah, exactly.
And then like, you know, Gluto is like incredible. Gluto would destroy like any bracket. Like Proto, T is like as like super dominant right now. Like, good luck if your character doesn't like straight up beat Pac-Man. Like, good luck, honestly.
And
even know who straight up beats Pac-Man.
And even then, like, good fucking luck. Oh my god. So there's a lot to talk about. Yeah, Light is like, you know, getting into his groove, warming up.
I wish I was so sad that Light ended up not showing up to Riptide. Obviously, it was probably something, you know, important, so he couldn't show up. But yeah, I mean, we still got to see some Fox from Luis. Luis had a great run.
Actually,
yeah,
the mistech on game 2 was very sad against Spargo.
Light won CT GamerCon though. You watched those?
He did. Nope.
He beat Dark Wizzy. He dropped the set early to Scott, who's a great Luigi player from New England. You guys know him. He dropped that set early, and then he beat him in the run back, which is great. He beat Lingling, who got 9th at Riptide too. It was actually a really, really fun tournament.
Bro.
Yeah.
Watching that Lingling Elegant set has
the last game.
I'm sure you were going. I don't know how close y'all are, but if y'all are close, I'm sure you were going through it. Like he was smoking Elegant. Like it was not close at all. And then I don't know, Elegant turned up. Yeah.
Well, I like Elegant a lot too, so I was kind of, you know, whatever. You know, I like both players a lot, so I just want, you know, at that point you just want to see a good match or whatever. But a reverse 3 stock, I don't know about that.
Also, one thing to mention, like I said that like I'll get bored watching top 8s. It depends on like who's in the bracket, and that's why I said I was kind of bored with Riptide's top 8 because realistically, outside the players in top 8 outside of Spargo, they probably weren't going to beat Tweek or Leo. So like knowing what Grants is going to be the moment you get in the top 8, it's not exciting. Like I could care less about 8th through 3rd. Like the Grants is still going to be the same. So I don't know. I'm excited to see if there will be a new tournament winner. So if there's a top 8 that has Tweek and Leo and Pluto and Zachary and T and Proto, I'm like, yo, I don't know what's up. I have no idea what's gonna happen in this top 8. But if it has not those caliber of players, it's a little more predictable. That being said, if the upset happens, then that's exciting. But it rarely does it happen.
Especially at that part of the bracket. If that makes sense. There's way more upsets that'll happen not in top 8, which is why I mean, there's way more matches in general. Like there's not too much matches happening in top 8, but at that point it's like very refined, right? The talent that's up to there. So I mean that's a good point. I think if anything's just predictable in entertainment in general, right? It just becomes not as exciting if you can just like kind of predict what's going to happen unless you're side betting. If you're side
Unless you're
betting,
side betting, then
yeah, then
but that's a whole nother.
then it's
No,
you want it
don't
to be
gamble. Don't
predictable.
gamble. Don't gamble.
And
Don't
from
gamble.
the commentary angle too, Charles, I'm sure you appreciate this, but I like them for very different reasons. Like entertainment wise, 128, top 64, top 32. That's where you're gonna really get like the exciting. You're kind of building up to the top 8, which is exciting in its own right. But then you usually get a day or at least a couple hours off between top 8 and the bracket beforehand. So I like that because you can really study and like develop good storylines for the content that's going to come up. Like, obviously if you get Tweek and Leo coming up, the players in top 8 have all played before, most likely have played before. And if they haven't, they probably played highly skilled opponents that play those characters as well. So you can draw your own conclusions and kind of create these storylines for who's the underdog and what are they going to do, in order to win these matchups and stuff. So I appreciate them for a couple of different reasons. Yeah, it's just, I don't know, dude. Tournaments, I'm so glad the tournaments are back is all I got to say. That's sick. You're seeded to fight MK Leo, Pink?
Yep.
Top 32?
Yeah, I'm 16th.
Oh, that's why you're upset about being 16th?
Dude, being 16th, 32nd, whatever, it's garbage. Like you play 17, who's probably not that much, like, you're pretty comparable in skill level. Then you just go straight into playing first. It's like, come on, man.
Like you have to play less games to get a shot at the king. What are you talking about? That sounds great to me.
I actually am really excited if I do get to play him, because I have to play some people before him. I'm really excited to play him because I haven't played, like, I've played good players, but I haven't played a Leo type player yet. And there's not that many of them, but at the comeback, I didn't play Tweek, so I don't, I haven't traveled, so I don't get to play that many players. So if I do get the opportunity to play him, I will just have fun and be excited, even if I get 3-0. Like, I don't.
Did our Wi-Fi session not count as playing?
Dang, dude. Dang.
What? Is that a bracket? Wait, what?
No, not a bracket. No.
Wait, huh?
Seriously, I actually like that you like. It's different. It's totally. You're right. It's totally different. You're right.
And for bracket, oh
You're
yeah,
right.
absolutely.
You're right. No.
Yeah, no, I've practiced with like really good players, but like bracket's completely different. So, I don't know. I'm
Another
excited
world.
to play him if I get
And
to play him.
offline too. That's true.
Yeah.
True. But it was a good top 8. Good tournament overall.
Yeah, Riptide was a lot of fun. We got to.
It was fun.
Felt like we really got to see at least the NA meta really kind of unfold. Like all the Falcos coming out, right? Like you give Falco buffs, you already know America's going to be all over that. They love the bird.
Yeah.
So that was really cool. And like we still got to see a little bit of Fox. We got to see some old school matchups. You know what I mean? Like Fox Cloud. Like that was super cool.
Yeah, that's always really cool.
Yeah. So I mean, there was a bunch of like great sets to watch. And then even there wasn't like a crazy amount of upsets, but there was enough upsets to make like the tournament exciting. I think Wadi over Spargo was probably the biggest upset of the tournament, right?
That was wild.
Yeah.
Mewtwo. Tough.
The biggest was Anthenema over Mars, I think.
Oh yeah.
In terms of just.
Oh yeah, and Leon beat Mars too.
Leon beat Mars in losers.
Leon's beaten Mars before.
Leon is
so
fucking
when I saw
crazy.
that was his path, I was like, oh shit.
Yeah, you're right. Right. That was probably the biggest upset of the tournament. I mean, yeah.
Anthenema,
I mean, Yanni over the Buzz technically was the biggest one, I guess. But
which one?
Dude, that was Yanni's first like major tournament. Or that's what he was saying. So that's really impressive.
Oh yeah,
getting 9th at your first like major.
Base Mage beat Cola in losers. That was pretty crazy.
Oh yeah. Sharp over Cola too. Not as big, but still.
Sharp did really well.
He did.
Good then shit. He ran into Leo.
Yeah, and to Buzz. Those were his only 2 losses.
Good shit, honestly. Yeah.
He played amazing, which is great. Love to see it.
Goblin coming out, right? Goblin got 5th.
Let's go Goblin. That was really good shit too. It was a great tournament in my opinion. I had a good time.
You know what else was fun to watch was Loaf. I've always
Wario.
liked
Wario. Huge Loaf fan. Huge Loaf fan.
Wario.
Yeah, that was cool.
I wish Has-Been showed up.
Loaf is great. Really nice guy.
Who?
Has-Been.
No, Matt.
No, not you. Has-Been is Yeti's new tag.
Oh, yeah, that would be amazing. I love Yeti.
Dang.
Are you? Wait.
Yep.
Were they at Riptide?
Nope.
Oh, okay.
No, I'm saying I wish they showed. Like I wish Yeti showed up. Yeah, or Has-Been showed up. Yeah, so Hasbin like went to a few tournaments recently and just won them. Like Loaf. By the way, crazy statistic for Loaf. Loaf in region has over a 90% win rate. Like insane. Loaf smokes everything. Hasbin showed up like you don't know this used to be my region. Just and then just won a tournament. Like what?
I think he like TOs now and then enters for fun sometimes. Like, dude,
Or
I played
fun.
against him. I played against him a lot at one point, and he is insane. Like, he has an eye for the game for sure. Like the way he looks at the game and the situations is nuts. He's so creative.
Reminds me of someone in my region.
Who dat?
Rivers. It just reminds me of, of Rivers.
Okay.
Like just the vibe, and like
facts.
the eye for the game and all that. It just reminds me of him.
Facts. Just yeah, I mean, I
Just
gotta take a break.
Just really good for no reason.
My hand's been hurting. Gotta take a break. Come back a year later. Yo, what top 10 player am I about to beat today? Like, huh?
Yeah.
I think it's the creativity with those two players that really like stick out to me. Very creative outlook on the game. They do very like creative plays or creative movement or creative combos. It's very fun to watch and even just like talk to them about the game. You know what I mean?
Yeah. But yeah, Goblin had a great run. I just had it pulled up. And he lost to Maister, whatever.
Hard
And then
matchup.
he beat
for Roy.
Yeah. Beating Myron, beating Schroeder, who also had a great tournament, by the way.
Schroeder, dude, he went Luigi on final. He did go Incineroar too, and then went Luigi on final. And then you also have to like not let him go Mario and Yoshi's. Like,
yo, that's
dude is
so fucking
embracing.
funny.
Dude, it's so funny. I actually think it's like a hilarious strategy, and it works. Like, I think it's so good.
Yeah, Schroeder, that was really cool to see. And then Goblin beat Mutace, close set. I think Goblin usually loses to Mute.
Goblin had to play so many game 5s.
Yep.
Up the top 8 and even in top 8.
Three in a row to qualify.
Yes.
Losers in top 8. 3-2 against Mutace, 3-2 against Gabe, which obviously those two always go back and forth, and then 3-2 against Yanni.
Oh, yep. That was a crazy set. That was a top 8 qualifier.
Bro. Game 5s.
Yanni almost reverse 3-0ing is crazy for us to be in like his first offline major. And it was for top 8. Like, that is crazy to think about.
And Yanni reverse 3-0'd Atada.
That set was a banger.
Yeah.
Banger set.
Like, why is he just reverse 3-0ing people? Like, you're supposed to be nervous. And you're just, all right, let me buckle down real quick. I got this. And just come through and smoke you. No.
Did you guys see the one play he did against Goblin where he put the block right by the ledge? So instead of Goblin snapping the ledge, he ended up on top of the block, and then he forward smashed him. Dude.
He's got that one Minecraft song just playing in his headphones over and over. It's like he never left Wi-Fi. You know what I mean? Like,
so crazy.
Recreating the environment, dude.
Playing Minecraft and Smash.
Sandbox.
So I guess we can move on to glitch predictions / like who's going, right?
Ooh.
Or did you guys still want to talk about Riptide?
Glitch.
Good. Riptide was great.
No.
Wait, that's the tournament, right? This weekend?
Yeah.
Okay. I was like, did I say the wrong one? 8.5. They're bringing out like Richter players, right? Simon and Richter players.
Oh, I'm not going to that.
And Snakes.
Oh, definitely not going.
Which should be Snakes.
Whew. Sounds like one fun tournament to compete in.
Top 8 projected is MK Leo, Light, Maister, Mars, Esam, DeBuzz, Charlie, and Cola. Banger!
Esam's going to be there.
He will be there. Okay. Yeah, he will be there.
Banger top 8 right
Let's see the Pikachu.
His bracket is a little rough for him, so...
Post-quarantine Pika.
I don't know how he feels about Wolf, but he does have to play winner of Bonk and Jackal, which is projected to be Jackal. Then he has to play Wadi, which historically, Wadi does very well against Esam, not just in this game, but in Smash 4. But, which is weird, because Wadi played Rob in this game. I don't know why that's the thing. And then if he wins against Wadi, he has to play Leo. And that's for top 8, but then he's projected to play Dark Wizzy and losers, and he hates Mario. So
Yeah.
Mario Pika. So rough for him to get top 8, but if he makes upsets on some of those players, then it's all good. And that's losers bracket. Who knows? You're probably not playing Dark Wizzy projected. That's how losers goes. You never know.
Yes.
Oh yeah. The amount of ShamWow that happens in a bracket is very high. I'm really interested to see if Esam, how willing Esam will be to bring out his pocket characters. I
Same.
think this is which is weird because we all say Pika is the best. So like technically you shouldn't have to. If you're the best character in the game, you probably shouldn't have to bring out another character, right? So that also kind of like is a thing where it kind of like puts question marks. I know like the general Smash community has been saying Pika is like top 1 or top 2 character for a very, very, very long time, but I still think like I think we can definitely agree that Pika has losing matchups for sure, right?
At
Like,
least 2 important ones that I can think of, at least.
Right. And I don't think it would be that bad. I think this is also another just interesting topic that Void brought up in one of his videos about Diddy Kong, where it's like you at top level, if someone doesn't play a character, if the top level player doesn't play a character, then you don't really have to worry about that matchup. Like if Maister wasn't, a top 10 player, right? Like say if he was playing Game and Watch, but he, it was rough for him in the beginning of Ultimate, right? I don't even think he was PGR for the first like PGR or whatever for Ultimate. So you didn't really have to worry about the Game and Watch matchup because the Game and Watches didn't really have it figured out or what have you, right? Like there essentially wasn't a top player playing Game and Watch at the time, so you didn't really have to worry about the matchup.
Yeah.
But when all of a sudden, when there's a player that consistently gets like top 8 or gets into the top 32 bracket, like Maister has been doing, very consistent player. Now all of a sudden you actually you need an answer, right? Like, are you gonna tough it out with Pikachu? Are you gonna go another character? Yeah, so it's weird because I feel like when we talk about like best characters, we just generally talk about, oh hey, it's this character's tools, X amount of bad matchups, but the bad matchups have value depending on like what players play those characters, right?
That's when Pac-Man is broken.
Yeah. Yeah, but we'll see.
I saw someone mentioning the European World Tour, Gluto using some wolf. The wolf was
He did
nasty.
play some wolf.
The wolf was
yeah.
pretty nasty.
He played some wolf.
Ludo on the wolf though?
Yeah, he was like, I qualified, time to have some fun,
Yeah.
and then just went wolf, and it didn't matter because it's Gluto.
To be fair, he does that at any tournament though. Once he
Yep.
qualifies or once he gets the grands, he's like, whatever, I have a set. He goes Joker a lot too. I don't know if you guys have watched that, but he likes going Joker, Wolf. It's good, and it's good for him, honestly. Like, it's just a really good practice to get into to play all the top tiers, just so you know how it feels to play them, where they feel, how it feels to be in their shoes when you play matchups at a high level. So, and that's just how dominant he is over there, is he can do that shit.
I remember when he had a Sonic phase.
What?
Oh.
Yeah, he was playing a lot of
Age.
Sonic on his stream. Yeah, on his stream, he was playing a lot of Sonic at one point. It was really strange.
That's pretty funny. Well,
yeah.
I mean, unless you guys have anything else to talk about, I guess we can wrap it up if you want.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think glitch, there's not anything too crazy in the top 32. Like projected, it's me, Leo, Wadi, Esam, Light Ned, DeBuzz Cosmos, Maister Tilde,
That's a
CDK,
That's actually
Dark
really
Wizzy. Yeah, CDK, Dark Wizzy, Mars Sharp, Cola Leon. That's winners.
Sharp play each other? That's kind of bullshit. Top 32?
Yeah.
Kind of bullshit.
I don't know if this is finalized though. It's Monday. And people don't like to finalize brackets until the day before. So we will see how that goes. But as of now, that's what it is. And there's not anything too exciting going on there.
I guess it's tough to see New England not to play each other when there's 4 of them projected to make top 32.
Wait, what?
Lingling,
we see you, the region flex. The region flex.
Yeah, that was kind of weird.
Okay.
Lingling.
There's 4 of us projected to get top 32.
Yeah, it's your own region though. There's a million of you there. It's your backyard, dude. They all better show up.
Oh yeah.
Duh. All right, yeah.
80% of the bracket is your region.
right.
Dom's
Well,
predicted to lose. Oh man. Anyway,
I'm probably gonna be live again at some point tonight because I practice, but
trainer mod.
Huh?
I've been trying to get Gavin to get the trainer mod for like 2 or 3 days. And I haven't really been trying to get him to get it, but I just keep talking about it. Dude, it's honestly a game changer. Like, it is insane how much you can learn from just sitting in training mode with the actual.
I don't want to mod my Switch.
Let's buy another one.
I showed him the mod at at Summit.
I didn't like
can
it.
you help me, please? I need it very badly.
You didn't like it?
I'm getting one of the new Switches too. So
He didn't. I feel like if you want to lab like specific combo setups, then you do it. But I feel like every time Gavin goes into training mode, the main thing he works on is like movement.
His movement, yeah.
He'll like combo the CPU here and there. Like Void, for example, when he labs, he'll like kind of do movement, but like he more so wants to see like he'll like put the computer on random DI, and then he'll put a character on that like he just doesn't feel comfortable like comboing or whatever, right? And then he'll just like practice combos, and then it'll be random DI with like random like they either mash, air dodge, whatever, right? So it's not like the most realistic because you can set it to random with only 2 options, like in and out, random in and out. That's a lot more realistic, right? Instead of random like.
That's what I do in training mode.
It'll help me. You can do ledge trapping too, right? That's the one.
I've been doing ledge trapping in 2 frames.
I think that's what I would do. I think that's what I
my
would be doing. Yeah.
If you don't have
even
a friend,
tech chases.
there's no way to practice it.
You can do. I was
I
telling
don't have
you
any
practice tech
friends.
chases,
No
too.
friends.
I'm sorry.
No
dude.
friends? Damn.
My bad, dude.
Also
Alright.
found out.
Hit me up. Hit me up for the mod pack. It's decided.
That's what I'm talking. I found out I could 2 frame with megawatt the other day. If I just fully charge it and hold down, it just hits the
You
ledge.
shouldn't have told everyone that.
It does about 42. Was killing Bowser at about 43.
Wait, I need the kills Bowser 40. I need.
Damn, dude. It sounds like Z drop banana. There.
Yeah,
I just
I can do that versus
way
everyone.
harder. Just way harder. Except for Roy.
I was watching Summit like highlights, and you did so many Z drop. Like the double dunk you got was so sick, but I forgot. I didn't.
Wait, me?
Yeah, you. Yeah, you get so many of those, dude. It's so. Good.
I got a double dunk at a tournament.
Yeah.
No way.
Summit, right?
You're insane.
Oh yeah, that was bullshit.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying.
GrTr4sh is back. Did you guys see his Summit video? It was
Dude,
so funny.
I've watched
it was
it 4
so
times.
funny.
Alright.
I've watched it 4 times.
I'm gonna actually say, I'm gonna be honest. After Riptide, I was very, very upset. Okay.
Yeah.
I was like,
you were salty that you lost? No way. I don't believe you.
okay, but I was very salty.
Yes.
So, I know, like that's not good, and I knew
No, it's
like
normal. That is normal.
Okay,
I feel
I
like
get
the
it.
stigma of being salty is bad is not like, but you controlling.
Hear me out.
yourself
I was
is
just
important.
disappointed in myself, like for
There you go. There you
for
go.
being so upset, because I was like, like just. But that video actually inspired me to the point where I was just ready to practice again. And
Hell yeah.
shout outs to GrTr4sh because holy
The GOAT.
shit, I was definitely down. And as soon as I watched that video, I was like, all right, I'm streaming some practice right now.
Hell yeah, dude. And like you said too, and I think this is what Charles was getting at. It's totally fine to feel salty, like that's
Oh, yeah,
normal. And it's kind of weird if you don't. You know what I mean? Like, what do you?
Yeah.
Are you really a competitor? Like, if you don't care, don't take pride in like what you're working on, what you're doing, or losing like doesn't affect you, you're probably not going to go very far in competitive. You can feel. I feel like a lot of like people get tripped up on this. You can feel however you want all the time. Like it doesn't matter. What matters is your actions when you do it. Are
that's
you
what I'm
salty?
getting at. I just wasn't productive or something like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Oh, you're
yeah,
like in
okay.
the sulk mode. Like,
Yeah,
I-
he was deep in it.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
So
Bro,
that video was very inspiring. So it
he
definitely.
streamed
Watch it. I thought you were
practice
gonna
for
review,
like
by the way.
5 minutes. It was so fucking
I was
funny.
like, yeah, I'm done.
Bro
I'm done.
played like 2 games. I was like, yeah, I think I'm just gonna stop. See ya. I was like, what? I was like, oh no, this is bad. Like,
Yeah.
When Tweek was like, "I'm gonna tell you, no bullshit," I was like, "Is he GrTr4sh? Like, is he gonna admit it? Is he the,
Yeah,
is
I was
he the
like,
person
what
behind the
the
channel?" He started saying, it. "I was like, what?"
I can actually edit, and I'm fire at it.
Same.
Dude, his editing is the comedical timings. Like, dude, he's so good when he like how he brings in the music, what music he uses, and just like he is so good, so good.
GrTr4sh.
I'm glad he's back.
You watch his videos and you go, this person, this human understands what it's about. And that's we need more of that in Ultimate. We need more videos like that, truly. There's a lot of good content, but there's not a lot of
great content. Lots of good content, but not great content.
True. That made you feel shit watching it. You know what I mean? Which is what you need. Like there's all sorts of different type of content, but that's what I feel like is the most important shit that makes you feel something. You made a great video for when Mango won Summit too, or they made a good video after Mango won Summit. So really, really inspirational. Even though I don't play Melee, I did commentate it this weekend though. Very fun time.
Nice.
And you always got those like the old school videos that GrTr4sh did back in the day too. Like it just like all the content is it's just funny. It's really funny. Like you said, just understand the Smash community. And even got Gavin out of the slump, man.
Yeah.
Because there's two ways. When you get salty, there's two things that'll happen. You either like you're angry and you like use, or not angry, but at the end of the day, you use the salt to fuel yourself to be like, I'm salty, but I'm gonna like improve and I'm gonna beat them next time or whatever, right? Or you can go down like the other road of like you just get really sad.
Full
it's just like, dang,
mode.
The full sulk mode, man. And you're like, no, like, dude, that was, you know what I mean? You just go down this like sadness vortex, and then that just sucks is that it usually involves you not playing the game.
Yeah. Yep. Well, thank you, everyone. Thank you,
guys. Really important.
What's up?
Request. This is really. It's kind of like a weird request, but it's not that weird. Can we host Void?
Sure.
And we don't normally host people at the end of this.
I just forget, so thank you for reminding me.
Nah, he's like talking about his life, and I don't know. I just think
it's like a podcasty kind of thing, right?
Kinda. It's just Charles knows he's had a rough life, and he's just talking about it. So
okay, yeah, I'm
down to host.
Dude. So something that I've been thinking about that I want to say out loud to actually get it done eventually is we're thinking about setting up like a Patreon or something for the podcast. Like obviously some incentives to like support it, like maybe like bonus episodes or like early viewings or something like that.
Or you pick the topics. Or, you know, like
something like
that.
Stuff. I want to actually crack down on that. I'm also going to be trying to look into things for my channel. Like I'm going to try to get some animated emotes and stuff. So I just want to say it out loud to actually get it out there and manifest it, so I don't forget about doing it. But I hope everyone enjoyed episode 24. Let's host Void. Thank you to everyone for actually, I know everyone's really busy, so thank you for joining me today. And
IRL podcast is something we talk about, I think, literally every time. Sorry, someone in chat said it.
Yes.
I think we talk about it literally every time we do our like pre-show. It's like, dude, I can't wait to do one in real life. So we'll see when that happens. I'm almost gonna guarantee it's gonna happen at some point. We all want to very badly. So good idea though. All right, see ya.
Peace out.
Peace out. Thank you. Say hi to Void for us. Bye.